You can see if you look right in the middle of your screen, there you go, those flames that are popping up right there. So this has been the concern because they can't quite attack this from the air just yet, really just having to let what they can just let burn out there. At this point, we just see a lot of the fire crews battling all of those grass fires that have been popping up around, dumping a little bit of water with their ladder trucks onto this, but for the most part, it is just hard to tackle this one when you have the wind blowing. At least it's not blowing any more than it could be. It could be much worse, as we were saying earlier, Tony. But yes, that wind blowing like in a southeast direction, and certainly concerning for anybody who has those high risks when it comes to the air quality. Absolutely. It's all about keeping this thing contained. As fire crews, you see a fire chief right there who's about to give us a briefing. When he starts to talk, we're going to go to him live right away. It looks like that's about to happen, but as the pause happens, I want to make sure that he starts and we go to him not too early. Again, major fire burning near Tracy in the warehouse district, a number of warehouses. This is a medical warehouse on fire since about 1 o'clock, as you see some housekeeping. Or yeah, put our microphone up there. We need to hear him. Thank you, buddy. We are waiting for some more information from the fire crews out there, and let's go to that live here on CBS 13 as soon as they do. We've got Cal OES out there and the Tracy Police Department as well. So they're about to brief our crews out there on the scene. Let's listen in.
Randall Bradley, Randall Bradley. I'm the fire chief of the Tracy Fire Department. Today about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, we responded to a structure fire at the Medline facility, which is a 1 million square foot medical supply facility on Promontory Parkway. Upon arrival, crews found heavy fire from the roof of the facility, an aggressive fire attack with a limited water supply, high winds, high temperatures, low humidities made firefighting very difficult. The fire extended across the roof and down into the facility. We did an interior fire attack. We could not hold the fire. Eventually, we lost the entire 1 million square foot building. The fire did extend across the street into another warehouse facility, the federal FedEx warehouse facility. We were able to, again, aggressive fire attack, lots of mutual aid resources. We were able to stop the fire there. We had several spot fires throughout the city. Aggressive fire attacks from mutual aid resources actually contained those fires pretty quickly. And that's really the extent of it. You can see from the scene behind me, the Medline facility continues to burn. We'll be here throughout the night and throughout tomorrow, making sure that embers don't extend into other portions of the city and to try to continue to contain the fires. That's the update for today. I'm available to take some questions. Also have our representative for our police department here, our board of supervisors, and our city management.
Chief, what are the explosions that we keep hearing?
There's a variety of, it's a medical supply facility, and we have several distribution trucks. Some of them are tires exploding. Some of the explosions you hear from some of the products within the facility.
Chief, this is a medical facility. We know the chemicals are stored there. Any threat to those chemicals creating some of that toxic plume or problems with the wind or the neighbors?
Yeah, we're monitoring the air quality, and right now we've not issued any warnings for protection from air quality or shelter-in-place warnings. Yeah, right now we do not believe there are any injuries that are part of this incident.
Do you know how many people worked there, and were they evacuating when you arrived?
Yeah, when we arrived, there was an evacuation that was occurring, and I do not have a number for the total number of employees.
Thousands of employees?
I don't believe there's thousands of employees, maybe hundreds of employees.
You mentioned FedEx.
Yes.
So the FedEx facility is also destroyed?
No, the FedEx facility was not destroyed. A large pile of pallets and several containers caught on fire outside of the facility. But again, an aggressive fire attack, we were able to protect. That is ongoing right now, and it's looking promising that we'll be able to protect the FedEx facility.
And what about the wind gusts? It's 25 miles an hour. You already have the Embercast. Another fire's already started. How are you dealing with that right now?
Well, we're trying to keep the embers down. with master streams, and we're attacking the fires as we see spot fires occur throughout the area.
Chief, what kind of supplies, medical supplies are in there? I mean, you said some of them could be exploding. What are we talking about?
There's a variety of medical supplies. I don't have an exact type or quantity of medical supplies. We believe the fire originated from the roof, but it's still under investigation.
I know California requires these types of facilities to report any hazardous materials that are inside. Is that something that your team is aware of? And what type of preparation does the fire department do for a worst-case scenario like this? Because of the sheer quantity of square footage of industrial space that you have here in Tracy that many other cities do not have.
We inspect these facilities. These facilities are permitted. We do track the chemicals that exceed the permitting limits, and so yeah, we have that information, and we evaluate that information as we fight fire and as we protect the public.
Have any homes been evacuated? And then what would you say to residents who are worried about the smoke? What should they do?
Yeah, we have not. This is in a very industrial area, so we have not evacuated any homes, but we do have resources throughout the city in the event spot fires occur that could impact homes. So to date, we have not evacuated any homes.
And this facility was built in 2016, which you think would have very up-to-date codes in terms of not only fire detection, but also fire suppression. Any thoughts as to how this was able to spread this fast, this quickly? Because if you look at the alert cameras, in a 30-minute period, went from a little bit of smoke to this entire 1 million square foot facility gone.
Yeah, we had water supply issues, and we don't know why. And we're not sure if the sprinkler systems to protect this facility operated appropriately. We made a good aggressive interior fire attack, and the sprinklers were not operating. So that we'll have to find out what happened to the water supply, and that's going to be a after-action investigation.
So were you not able to tap into fire hydrants? I mean, what was your...
There was just no pressure, and so it limited our fire attack because we lacked pressure on the fire hydrants within the facility. So in the what we call yard hydrants did not have water pressure.
And the city hydrants have pressure.
Yes.
Firefighters out here.
Yes, they did.
This was a facility-specific issue in terms of pressure.
We still have to lots of investigations that need to occur, but yes, right now we think it was a facility issue as far as water supply. I think some of them are full and some of them were waiting to be loaded and unloaded. Pardon? I think some of the tires or the explosions that you were hearing, yes.
Chief, you've been chief here for a very long time, and I know you've seen the growth of these facilities. When you heard this call come in and realized this was not just an alarm, this was for real, what happened on like a visceral level? Stomach drop? What were we thinking?
No, this is our largest concern. When we have several million square foot warehouses and we know we require fire protection systems and we train on these types of fires, and so my first thought was an aggressive fire attack that we'd be able to stop, but things worked against us. Again, water supply issues, low humidity, high winds, and high temperatures, and so it was a little bit of the perfect storm for this fire evolving quickly.
Your initial attack, what was it that was specifically on fire?
The roof.
And do you know when the last time that you would have inspected those land hydrants and the sprinkler systems? How often did they get?
So they're required to be inspected at least annually. I do not have the inspection reports, nor have I had time to look at the inspection reports.
Is there a city council person or a supervisor here? Just wondering
So-
if you could talk about the impact of this. This is a large employer to the community, and they do a lot of good for the community. Can you step up to the microphone?
Well, we have our city manager here. I think it would be more adequate for
Sorry.
her.
Midori Lightward, M-I-D-O-R-I, Lightward, L-I-C-H-T-W-A-R-D-T. I'm the city manager for the city of Tracy. Our primary concern today at this moment is preservation of life and property. This is obviously one of a very large industrial building here within our 1,800 acre complex. It is one of our employers. I think a question was asked earlier about how many employees there are. I think it's in the hundreds, not the thousands, but we can verify that at a later time. But our primary mission at this moment is to get these fires suppressed and to make sure that we bring all the resources to bear that the City of Tracy has to ensure that our public safety personnel have all the resources they need to suppress this fire and get us into a safe place for the community and our businesses.
As a city leader, I've been looking at this and thinking about the hundreds of folks that work there that are now likely out of a job. What's kind of the emotional reaction?
It's devastating, right? It'll take some time to sink in, but right now we're in sort of emergency attack mode. So we're just trying to make sure that we keep the community safe, keep our parameters, and keep people out of this area, and keep the community updated as we have updates to report out on.
Can you tell us what other companies are in this industrial park? And how big did you say the industrial park is?
It's not all built out, but it's about 1,800 acres.
1,800 acres.
Prologis, yes.
And what other companies are here?
We've got Amazon right behind us over here. Several warehousing type facilities. Their names escape me at this moment. FedEx, certainly, Medline, Amazon.
Home Depot?
There is a Home Depot as well, yes. Anything else?
Unless you have any more questions, I think we've answered. I think we've provided all the information we have now. So.
How many alarms and how many personnel do you have here?
I don't have those exact numbers. It went to 5 alarms, and we added additional resources above the 5 alarms with strike teams out of Alameda County. So, 100 to 150 firefighters on scene.
And Cal OES, how are they helping?
We've been in contact, so anything we need, they've said they would provide. Local OES, county OES also.
How long do you expect to be out here? Would you say days or
Yeah,
obviously?
yeah. I think days, probably a couple of days.
And again, no reports of any injuries.
No reports of any injuries. That'll do it. Thank you, guys.
All right, a couple of headlines as we dump out of this at 4:15 here on CBS Sacramento. Tony Lopez along with Marley Ginter. The headlines from what you just heard. The entire warehouse is a loss, a total loss, a 1 million square foot facility. No evacuations in place for people who live near here, not even a shelter in place, according to the chief. And Marley, the big issue that they had and how this thing got out of control, according to officials, is that they had problems with the water pressure and the sprinkler system of the building, correct?